This is the amazing story of Petunia, the magnificent cat. She started out in her early life with a tough beginning. Her mother, a local prostitute of all cats, having 4 litters in 1 year. Yes, many of them, including the last one, were laid at our doorstep, with many of her brothers and sisters of questionable breeding and background, one being a twin to our lovely Petunia. But all of them left, leaving Petunia alone with no one who wanted Petunia, so she became our very own. Our early training with her took her from the wild face and craziness she was to something more sophisticated. I taught her to give high fives and to chase things, and she settled in bringing them back to me. Never teach a cat to do that. And to the point that she would sit in my lap and watch television with me. And then her first birthday came, which we celebrated with greatness and candles and light. But her life was changed as she moved to a new place. There she took on a new grace, a new peacefulness. But she ate like crazy, stuffing herself to the point that she was a fat cat, laying all by herself alone with nothing to do until the marvelous memes. She spoke out first about being careful not to bother her and seeing her cat shows, and then tearing up furniture, showing she could destroy it, and then fighting paper bags, fighting the terrible paper bags. She hated being trapped in them, yes, and speaking out against it, and against being alone and small in cardboard boxes. But then she warned us, don't rub the belly, baby, don't rub that belly. And how did she get up on top of those bookcases? She let us know she was marvelous. She hated the movie Cats, and she told us so. She hated it. And even my books, my thrillers, she became a critic. She was turning negative. Here she wouldn't adopt the dog, no. And she chilled. Even when there was a fire behind her, she just chilled. But she heard about the lawsuit with the canary. She was upset. And of course, during Christmas, there was no mouse, and she was upset. And she went political. She got angry about the wine caves. And then she said to people, you don't have any ideas. You're isolated now. Except for, of course, Maxwell, who was in prison, and she thought she was going to test her food. And she didn't like politicians. She began to talk about it. She hated them, and how they downed her for not being black enough. And then came the COVID, and someone tried to put the swab in the wrong place, and then there was no money for stimulus and good food for her. But she said through all of it, I shall stop and smell the roses. I shall love you perfectly even at a distance. I shall relax into my retirement. And so she has, happily saying goodbye to all the political memes and the downsizing, to relax away, for this would be the very end. Or is her mystery still remaining with those strange eyes staring back at you?